What is up, guys? My name is Spencer. Today we have a pretty exciting video for you. So what we're doing today is we put Mike Trout on every single team in the MLB, and what I did is we replaced their starting center fielder, their best center fielder, with Mike Trout. So what this means is you have Mike Trout on every single team, but for guys like the Braves, we replaced Ronald Acuna Jr. So they're both good, but maybe not the best outcome for the Braves in this. But then you also have teams like the Mets here who replaced Kevin Pillar. So maybe this will give them the jump start they need to make it pretty far in the postseason. You can see here, Mike Trout is on every single team. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe Mike Trout will get traded this year too. So we finished 89-73 making the postseason here. I think we won our division. And we have the Angels, Twins, Red Sox, White Sox, Yankees, Cardinals, Mets, Cubs, Padres, and Dodgers. Okay. Yankees and Red Sox here, but Yankees winning 102. Wow. And here we got Dodgers winning 112. Padres winning 102, and they make it through the wild card. Yeah, league leaders. We got Mike Trout taking the first 8 spots here. With Athletics, Mike Trout ending the year at 360. Same here on the American League side, pretty much. Mike Trout hitting 46 here for a couple of them. 45, 44, 44, 43, 40. Okay, pretty good. We got Mike Trout leading the way here in home runs for the entire league at 53. Brewers, Mike Trout. Wow. In a year where every team has a Mike Trout, Jorge Soler wins American League MVP here. We also got 2 Mike Trouts coming in second and third. And we got a Mike Trout sweep on the National League side here. Mike Trout winning the batting title on both sides. And Rookie of the Year on both sides. Hank Aaron Award on both sides. Center field here. Yeah, Mike Trout. Silver Slugger outfield. It's going to be Mike Trout for 2 of them on the American League side. And Mike Trout for 3 of them on the National League side. Okay. So let's see how this postseason goes. We'll simulate the first 3 games here. We're down 2-1. It's 2-2. And the Angels are not making it out of the first round. We had the White Sox beat the Red Sox. And then we have the White Sox advancing to the ALCS along with Minnesota. We got the Cardinals beating the Mets 3-2. And we got the Dodgers going 3-1 over the Cubs after they beat the Padres in the wild card. And the Dodgers are going to defeat the White Sox in the World Series. And we can check out the awards. Mike Trout wins World Series MVP. He batted .476. So it's back-to-back World Series for the Dodgers. And we got postseason MVP here. We got Justin Turner actually beating out Mike Trout. Okay. And we got Jose Abreu winning it on the American League side. See if any Mike Trout signed somewhere else. I think they should all be on 10-year contracts. Maybe they'll get traded, though. All right, we'll get into year number 2. See how it goes. So this year, the Angels go 81-81, not making the postseason. We'll stop simulating, though. And you can see here we got Toronto versus the White Sox going to the Yankees then. And we got the Twins versus the Astros. We got Brewers versus Braves. We got in the National League wildcard, Nationals versus Padres. And Dodgers once again making the postseason. And we'll check out the league leaders here. We got quite a few Mike Trouts in the American League. Highest 338. And we got, Mike Trout on the Nationals here, batting 361. Home runs, we got, once again, dude, Brewers Mike Trout hitting 50. And Athletics Mike Trout hitting 52. Mike Trout with 12.8 WAR and 11.4 to lead the leagues. But holy hell, dude, 12.8 WAR. All right, let's check out the awards. We got Jordan. So once again, in the American League, Mike Trout not winning it. But I bet I can guess the Nationals, Mike Trout is going to win it in the National League. Yeah, this man went 361, 47 home runs. He's insane. Batting title on both sides belong to Mike Trout. Hank Aaron Award on both sides, of course. Gold Glove center field on both sides goes to Mike Trout as well. And Silver Slugger outfielder. He wins all of them this year. Okay. So we'll sim through the postseason here and just see how things go. Brewers have defeated the Astros in the 2022 World Series. Okay. So we got, of course, this is what I figured. We got Mike Trout here on the Brewers going .417, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. And we got Alex Bregman actually winning on the American League side. And Willie Castro winning postseason MVP on the National League side. All right, so we'll get into the postseason here again, and we'll see if any Mike Trouts get traded. All right, head into year 3 here. Every team still has their Mike Trout. Maybe that'll change this year. And the Angels finished 72-90. Brewers not making the postseason this year after winning the World Series last year. League leaders here. We got Mike Trout on the Tigers batting .360. Mike Trout on the Brewers batting .340. Home runs. So Brewers Mike Trout doesn't break 50 this year. I think he did the past 2 years though. Yeah. So he is under 50 for the first time in his career. And we got Mike Trout on the White Sox hitting 56. Rays, Rangers, and Royals though all above 50 as well. Batting WAR, we got 11.2, 2 tied for that. And we got 12.7. Wow. 12.4, 12.2, 12.1. Wow. So we got a Mike Trout sweep on the AL side, and we got a Mike Trout sweep on the NL side as well. Batting title goes to Mike Trout. Hank Aaron goes to Mike Trout. Mike Trout wins the Gold Glove again. All of the outfield slots as well. We got the Royals versus Cubs in the World Series. All right. Cubs defeat the Royals. So that's 2 World Series champions from the NL Central 2 years in a row. And we'll check this out. Got Mike Trout batting .571, 4 home runs in the World Series. And we got Mike Trout this year winning it in the National League postseason MVP here, batting .379 with 6 home runs. And we got Andrew Benintendi winning on the American League side. All right, we'll get into the postseason here, see what happens. Pick up Jack Flaherty, okay. Oh, what? So of all teams, the Angels go out and pick up a second Mike Trout. They said, you know what? The original one is not good enough. We would like a second. And by the looks of it, they got a steal. Okay. So yeah. The Angels are the first team to get 2 Mike Trouts. Okay. I think this might be because we ignored budgets. No. Okay. Okay, so the Angels are the first team to go out and get a second Mike Trout here. So Blue Jays, I think, are the first team now without a Mike Trout. Yeah, Blue Jays are the first team without a Mike Trout. It'll be really interesting to see how this works out for us, having 2 Mike Trouts on the team. And the team with the 2 Mike Trouts went 94-68, but we're in the postseason as a wild card. So yeah, 2 Mike Trouts here. That's insane. League leaders here. We got Mike Trout hitting .335 and .344. Batting WAR, we got 11.7, 11.4. Home runs, we got Mike Trout 53 and 47. So we got DH Mike Trout here winning the MVP on the American League side. And Bryce Harper winning it on the National League side with Mike Trout there coming in second. Mike Trout wins the batting title on both sides. Hank Aaron award on both sides. Gold Glove on both sides. Most of the outfield slots, except for the National League, only 1. And let's see, can we do it? No. The team with 2 Mike Trouts gets eliminated in the wild card series. Okay. So we got Dodgers defeating the Royals in the 2024 World Series. Take a look at the awards here. We got Corey Seager winning World Series MVP and Mike Trout winning postseason MVP for him. Brandon Nimmo winning it over Mike Trout there on the American League. So looking into the offseason, maybe we'll see another Mike Trout trade happen. Maybe we'll pick up a third one. And no Mike Trout trades are going to happen in this offseason. We'll get into year number 4 here and see. Maybe we'll see a trade happen this season. And so the team with 2 Mike Trouts this year goes 108 and 54, and we do win our division. And we take a look at the league leaders here. Mike Trout in the American League batting .353 here, and Mike Trout in the National League batting .347. Home runs, though, Eloy beating out the Trouts here, 52, and Mike Trout on the Pirates leading the way at 48. And we got batting WAR here, 11.4 and 12.1. Okay. So we got Mike Trout, our DH, winning it for the 2nd year in a row. And we got Corey Seager beating out the other National Leaguers here for MVP. That's 2 years in a row he hasn't won it there. Batting title, though, Mike Trout's going to win it. Hank Aaron, he's going to win it as well. Center field, oh, okay. Jake Fraley and Connor Scott are the center fielders in Miami, apparently. Okay. Mike Trout wins it, though, on the American League side. Oh, yeah, we won Silver Slugger DH as well. Silver Slugger outfielders here. Mike Trout, Mike Trout, Mike Trout, Mike Trout, and Eloy beats out, though, on the American League side. I got to take a look at the Marlins roster here, though. So, yeah, Mike Trout's still there. He looks like he's still played most games there. Okay. That's kind of weird. So we'll see how we do in the postseason this year. Win the first 2 games. Win the third. So we're going on to the division series. And we're playing the White Sox. Okay. So we got White Sox versus LA. And we got the Cubs versus the Dodgers. So on both sides, it's Chicago versus Chicago's versus LA. And we lose the first 3. We get swept by the White Sox when we have 2 Mike Trouts on the team. Dodgers defeat the White Sox. Okay. And we'll take a look at awards here. Mookie winning it. And we got Mike Trout, though, winning the American League MVP for postseason. And Corey Seager winning it again. Advance to the offseason here. And we'll see if any more Mike Trouts get traded. Ooh, okay. So we have our second Mike Trout trade here. We got Padres acquiring Trout from the Mariners. All right. That seems actually like a better trade than the one before. So I think the Padres and now the Angels are 2 teams with 2 Mike Trouts. Yeah, so Blue Jays don't have their Mike Trout because they traded him to us. And yeah, okay, Padres here have 2 Mike Trouts. This is the one that they traded for. And this is theirs. So theirs has not been doing too well. So Mariners should be the other team without a Mike Trout here. Yeah, okay. So we'll get into year number 5 here. And we will finish the year here 99-63. Where we won our division as well. No, we got, oh God, dude. I skipped through it on accident and we lost in the first round to the White Sox. So Mike Trout won Silver Slugger. He won Silver Slugger. He won Silver Slugger. Mike Trout wins it in the National League for Gold Glove, but not American League. Hank Aaron Award, Mike Trout on both sides. Mike Trout wins the batting title on both sides as well. Mike Trout wins MVP on the Astros there, and Mike Trout does not win it in the National League. Dodgers defeat the Rays. Okay. That's the 3rd year Dodgers have won it in a row. So we'll go through the offseason again here, and we'll just see if any Mike Trouts get traded. I believe there's still only 2 teams with 2 Mike Trouts, but maybe that'll change. And we'll get into year number 6. See how it goes. All right, so we made it as a wild card team this year, 87-75. League leaders, so Juan Soto beating out all the Mike Trouts for average here. Mike Trout about 354 on the Cubs. Okay. Home runs 48 and 45 for the top Trouts. Batting war, we still got Mike Trout, and we got Mike Trout on the Cubs getting 12.3 here. Wow. And we're out of the postseason once again. We'll sim through postseason here. Indians defeat the Dodgers. So Dodgers, that's the first time they've lost in a while. World Series MVPs, Ahmed Rosario. Okay. Postseason MVP, Mike Trout. And Mike Trout. Okay. Silver Slugger outfielder, Mike Trout, Mike Trout, Mike Trout, Mike Trout. Mike Trout and Jordan. Silver Slugger center field. Mike Trout not winning it this year on either side. Hank Aaron Award, still Mike Trout. Batting title, though, goes to Juan Soto and Mike Trout. MVP goes to Jordan here, and it goes to Mike Trout on the National League side, finally. And let's see if any other Mike Trout trades happen in this offseason. Okay, so we traded away one of our Mike Trouts, so we no longer have 2 for Carson Kelly here. And one of the Mike Trouts from the Tigers goes to the Pirates. So a little bit of a shakeup there. We'll advance to the regular season, though. Ooh, so Rockies acquired Trout from the Orioles. So I think they have 2 now. So we finished 96-66 after trading one of our Mike Trouts away. So Jordan once again leading the league in batting average, and Mike Trout leading the way at 357 there. Home runs, Jordan and Mike Trout. And batting war here, Mike Trout leading the way on both sides. Jordan winning it again. Oh, wow. Jordan winning it again over here on the American League, and Mike Trout winning it on the National League side. Jordan winning the batting title on the American League side and Mike Trout winning it on the National League. Hank Aaron belongs to Mike Trout. This White Sox one, though, has won it 3 years in a row. So, first 3 here, 2 wins, a loss, and we're donezo. Once again, eliminated from the postseason. And the Indians defeat the Pirates. So, Pirates are one of the teams with 2 Mike Trouts. They made it. So, we got Josh Naylor winning World Series MVP. Got Mike Trout winning postseason MVP and Joey Gallo winning postseason MVP. And we'll get into the postseason here. I'm really interested to see, though, when the first Mike Trout retires. I don't know if we'll be able to really tell. But let's see if any Mike Trouts get traded this offseason. So, no Mike Trout trades this offseason. And we'll see how things go this year. And we're going to finish the year 86 and 76, once again making the postseason this year as a wildcard team. So, league leaders here, we got Mike Trout leading the way with 352 average and 319 average. Home runs, we got Jordan leading the way with 51, and then Mike Trout leading the way with 49. And batting war, we got Mike Trout and Mike Trout here at 11.1. And we got Mike Trout leading the way at 10.3. So, we'll see how this postseason goes here. I don't have high hopes. Oh, so we make it to the divisional series versus the Yankees. Okay. And we dropped the first 2 games. 2-2 though. We got eliminated. Cubs defeat the Yankees. Okay. We got Mike Trout, World Series MVP for the Cubs. We got Carter Kieboom leading the way for the Yankees. And we got Mike Trout on the Cubs winning postseason MVP. Hank Aaron Award is going to go to Mike Trout and Mike Trout. And batting title goes to Mike Trout, Mike Trout. MVP goes to Mike Trout of the Astros, winning it over Jordan, who is about to win his 3rd consecutive. And Mike Trout of the Reds. I think we're going to be going into the last year of these guys' contracts, I believe. So we'll see if any of them get traded here in the offseason. And the Red Sox are going to acquire Mike Trout from the Twins. So that is Twins 0 Mike Trout, I believe, and Red Sox 2. And we're going to get into, I think, year number 9. Yeah, so this is the last year of these guys' contracts. So we're in for an interesting offseason next year. Maybe an interesting season this year as well. And we went 94 and 68. So we are taking on the Tigers in the division series. We're going to stop simulating, though. Whew, okay, so our Mike Trout did really well this year. We got him leading the way in batting average. 338, 322. Home runs, though, is going to be Eloy, Jordan, and then Trout. And then we got Austin Meadows and then Trout. Batting war, we got O'Neal Cruz leading the way. Mike Trout leading the way on the Yankees. And awards here. So we got Mike Trout, our Mike Trout, winning the MVP here. And then Austin Meadows winning it over Trout in the National League. We got Mike Trout winning the batting title on both sides. Winning Hank Aaron on both sides. And let's see how this goes. And we're going to drop it to the Tigers. They're going to eliminate us from the postseason. And the Reds have defeated the Yankees in the 2030 World Series here. Let's take a look at the awards. Noelvi Marte winning World Series MVP. And Mike Trout wins it on both sides. Okay. So now, this is about to be probably the most interesting postseason of this video. We're going to have all the Mike Trout's contracts expiring. And we're going to see how that shakes things up. Okay, so this is original Mike Trout, I believe. Yeah, this is original Mike Trout, 20 years played here. He ends with 2,637 hits, 584 home runs, 1,600 RBIs. He makes it into the Hall of Fame with 308 career average, along with Yelich and Freeman here. So that's really interesting, honestly. So we have our first Mike Trout retire, and it is the original OG Mike Trout. I imagine we'll see some of the other ones in like 10 years, I guess. Mike Trout signs with the Padres. That could be very interesting. I'm waiting to see some other ones here. Mike Trout signs with the Nationals. Okay. And Mike Trout signs with the Reds. Okay, so we had three known Mike Trout signings that we saw. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mike Trouts in free agency here. And we finished 83 and 79 this year. We are not making the postseason, but we're going to check out the awards here. So we got Mike Trout winning it in American but not National League. Batting title goes to Trout on both sides. Hank Aaron Award goes to Trout on both sides. League leaders here. So our Trout did insane this year. What? Leading the way in batting war, both sides. Average on both sides. Home runs 46, so we tied. So we had average. Did we have hits as well? Yeah. So we I guess technically won like the Triple Crown, right? Because we had the most home runs too. So again, the postseason here. I want to see how many are in free agency starting next year too. Padres defeat the Yankees in the World Series. So we actually have one Mike Trout retire here. So that is our first Mike Trout retiring, which is a little odd because he's 69 overall. Okay. He didn't play the past 2 years, really. Huh. So we have one Mike Trout retire. Two Mike Trouts retire. So you have two Mike Trouts retire here. 3 Trouts retire. Okay. So I'm going to mark that down. We have 3 Trouts who have retired now. All right. So we're down to, it should be 26 Trouts then. So we're down to 26, and none of them are going into the Hall of Fame. Okay, a little bit sad, but let's see how this offseason goes. So we'll get into the regular season here, and we'll take a look. 1, 2, 3. 3 Mike Trouts in free agency right now. We're not going to go through the rosters, but we're just going to sim through the seasons and see if any retire after this year. And we're finishing the year here at 87-75. Not good enough to make the postseason, but we'll take a look at how everyone's doing. League leaders. Our Mike Trout, man, he's killing it. Leading the way in WAR, and Mike Trout leading the way in WAR again. Batting average 321, but Padres Mike Trout batting 325 this year. Home runs, Keston Hiura leading in the National League. And Nick Prado leading in the American League. Okay. Mike Trout once again winning the MVP here in the American League and the National League. Mike Trout wins the batting title. Both sides. Hank Aaron Award, both sides as well. And we'll see in the postseason. We got Yankees defeating the Rockies. We'll advance to the offseason. We'll see if any of them have retired this year. And Mike Trout on the Athletic retire. He I think had a pretty good career. No, this is the one from Milwaukee. He still had a decent career though. So we got 1, 2. So we got 4 Trouts retiring this year because 2 free agents and 2 on teams. Okay, so that is now 8 Mike Trouts retiring, so 22 left because OG retired as well. And do any of them make the Hall of Fame? No. No, none of them make the Hall of Fame, so we have 1 Hall of Fame Mike Trout, and that's the OG. And we're heading to the regular season here, and we have, how many Mike Trouts are free agents now? Shohei Ohtani, a free agent. 1 Mike Trout that's a free agent. Okay. Well, let's see how it goes. And once again, we do not make the playoffs, but we'll take a look here at everything. League leaders. So, whoa. Okay, so we have to go 9 spots down to find the first Mike Trout. Except not on the National League side. Okay. So National League side, we got 330 Mike Trout here. Still doing pretty well. Home runs, we got 45 for Giants Mike Trout and 46 for Yankees Mike Trout. Okay. Nick Prado beating out Mike Trout here. Russell Ye beating out Mike Trout. Both of them coming in second, though. Batting title getting beat out again. The Mike Trouts are. Mike Trout winning the Hank Aaron Award on the National League side, but on the American League side, I think this might be the first time since we started this that Mike Trout did not win it. So postseason MVP, I didn't check these for the last couple of years. We got Mike Trout and Mike Trout. Mike Trout and Austin Meadows. World Series MVP Carter Kieboom and Francisco Mejia. So we'll see how the postseason goes. Red Sox defeat the Diamondbacks. We're going to see how many Mike Trouts retire. So in 2033, we have no Mike Trouts here on teams retiring, but I have a feeling we're going to see some free agent retirements here. 1. Only 1. And this was the Tampa Bay guy. 415 home runs, 303 average. He might make it. Got to mark this down. We got 1 in 2033. Will he make the Hall of Fame? He will not. But we see Corey Seager, Manny Machado, and Francisco Lindor. Oh, okay. So this guy's still a 97 overall. The Nationals Mike Trout. No, this was our Mike Trout. So I don't think we have one anymore. He gets acquired by the Nationals, who I think are still doing pretty well. So the Angels no longer have a Mike Trout. Is the end of an era. And it's the regular season here, and we no longer have a Mike Trout. But the Nationals, I think, might have two. Yeah, so they have our Mike Trout here, who is a pretty much surefire Hall of Famer. Still 97 overall. Wow. And they have... Do they have another one? They do. So they have two Mike Trouts here. 80 overall. We see 1, 2. There's 2 free agents now. And we'll see how this season goes. We don't have a Mike Trout. And we're going to finish the year here 77 and 85, not making the postseason. League leaders. Got to go down 7 spots to find the first Mike Trout on the American League side. The National League Mike Trouts are still killing it, man. And we got 11.8, 11.1, and 9.3. And the first Mike Trout is 7.3 on the Yankees there. Home runs, though, 46, 44, 44. Pretty good. And Mike Trout leading the way still on the American League side as well, 47 and 43. We got Mike Trout winning MVP on the American League side and National League side. This is our Mike Trout, I believe. Yeah, our Mike Trout here winning it on the National League side. Now, we got batting title, Mike Trout and Roger Gehringer. Hank Aaron Award, once again, not going to Mike Trout on the AL side. NL, though, the Giants' Mike Trout wins it for his 2nd year in a row. Red Sox defeat the Nationals. So our guy made it to the World Series, but he lost. Retired players. So, any Mike Trouts here? We got 1. All right, 1 retired in 2034. For a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a third of the way gone now are the Mike Trouts. And we still only have 1 in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, still only 1 in the Hall of Fame here. And we got no Mike Trout movement in the offseason here. One Mike Trout in free agency. So let's see how 2035 goes. Finished 78 and 84 here. All right, so postseason MVP the last couple of years has not been Trout, but this year it's Trout. Hank Aaron Award on the National League side. The Giants' Mike Trout wins it for the 3rd year in a row. And the American League side, Trout does not win it. Batting title does not go to Trout this year. MVP goes to Franklin Labor, and no Trout's winning MVP this year. We got Athletics defeating the Nationals. So our guy made it to the World Series again. And retired players, any Mike Trouts on the board? I think we're going to see 1 because of the free agent sitting there, but maybe more. Yep, we got 1 Mike Trout here. He played his career with the White Sox for the most part. And he had 485 home runs. Pretty good. So 2035, we have 1. So I believe that is 11 now. And let's see. He does. So that is our 2nd Mike Trout in the Hall of Fame. So we're 2 for 11 on the Mike Trouts. This guy, almost 2,000 hits, 485 home runs, 309 career average. So pretty good. And we got Mookie Betts as well. And we'll advance to the regular season here. Check our free agents. We got no Mike Trout free agents. Okay. So let's see if any Mike Trouts are still leading the way on their team. Yes. The Giants' Mike Trout, who is clearly going to be in the Hall of Fame here. He's absolutely insane. He is still top guy on his team, as well as the Padres. So in the same division, too. That's so weird. Pirate guy here is doing pretty well. And the guy I really care about here is the Nationals. So he's still a 91 overall. He'll make the Hall of Fame for sure as well. He's approaching 600 home runs. So we'll get into 2036 here. Just obviously seeing really who retires at this point. And once again, the Angels are not making the postseason. Check out league leaders. So we got Mike Trout on the Giants, man. Still leading the way here. He's a 92 overall, though. Leading the way in WAR as well. Home runs, we got Cubs Mike Trout. So, we got Cubs Mike Trout, though, winning MVP here at age 34. We got the batting title going to Mike Trout, man. Hank Aaron Award goes to, for the first time in like 4 years, not San Francisco Giants Mike Trout. We got Rangers defeating the Phillies in 2036. And what we really care about here, who is retiring? And in 2036, we have, Fernando Tatis Jr. retired. We got 1 Mike Trout retiring. Okay. Now, will this guy make the Hall of Fame? Will Tatis? He hasn't played since 2030. What? So this Mike Trout, he ended his career with 385 home runs, 302 average. I don't think he's making it. Yeah, he's not. Okay. So we are now, you're 2 for 12. 1/6 of them have made it. It's the regular season here. How many free agent Mike Trouts do we have? 1, 2, 2. Okay. We're probably going to see some more Mike Trouts retire this year. And finish year 67 and 95. But for the first time in a long time, we do not have Mike Trout leading the way in either league. Not even on the first page for the American League in WAR. 4 though, still here, still kicking around. Home runs though, we got Mike Trout 37 here, 35, 34. And on the American League side, we have to go all the way down to spot 16 for Trout. And we'll check out the awards here. American League MVP, National League MVP, no. Batting title, no. Hank Aaron, nope. Tigers defeat the Brewers, okay. We got White Sox Mike Trout finally retiring here. This is originally Baltimore, yeah, Baltimore and then Colorado. He ended with 460, 292 average. He might make it. And we have 2 more, so we have 3 Mike Trouts retire. This is Boston and Minnesota Mike Trout. He might make it. And we have this guy, Houston. Yeah, Houston Mike Trout. He'll probably make it. So we have half of them gone right now. Half the Mike Trouts are gone now. And we have 2 more. 2 more inducted into the Hall of Fame though. Yeah, so we have 5 Mike Trouts out of 15 making it into the Hall of Fame here. And let's see how many Mike Trouts we have in free agency. 1. So just 1. Okay. So take a look at the regular season here. League leaders. Mike Trout leading the way on the Marlins. What? This Mike Trout. Oh, Lord, he's good. Still got a couple Mike Trouts kicking around and doing pretty well in the National League here. Not so much in the American League, but Mike Trout and the Padres here, hitting 35 home runs. And awards here. We got no Mike Trout winning MVP. Batting title does go to Mike Trout this year again. Hank Aaron Award does not go to Mike Trout. Phillies defeat the Twins, but what we really care about, we got 1 Trout retiring in 2038. Okay. Will he be a Hall of Famer though? Probably. No, okay, this is Cleveland Mike Trout. He will. He'll be a Hall of Famer. That is number 6 of 16, I believe. And how many are free agents? 1. Ooh. Pittsburgh Mike Trout. Washington Mike Trout. So I think this one was ours. Yeah. This one was our Mike Trout. 674. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 free agents this year. Mike Trouts. Okay. And we'll take a look at everything here. Mike Trout. Not up there for anything. No awards this year for any of the Trouts. 2039. That's a first. And we got 1. 1? 1 retiring in 2039. I really thought there'd be more. But which one is it? Phillies. Okay. 500 home runs. He'll make the Hall for sure. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. I feel like all of these guys who retire now are going to make it. There's no reason for them not to. And here in 2040, we have no Mike Trouts even really anywhere near the home run lead. Awards as well. No awards. We'll see how many retire after this year. 2040. This will be their 20th year. We got no Trouts retiring. We got Juan Soto and Yordan, though, make it into the Hall. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Mike Trouts in free agency right now. That's half the Trouts that are left. I kind of doubt that any of them are really still playing. In 2041, we have no Mike Trouts retiring from teams. We have 1 Mike Trout retiring in 2041. And who is this bad boy? Pittsburgh. He'll make it into the Hall too. Mike Trout. Yep, there we go. Once again, no Mike Trouts retire from teams. I think they should be in free agency or not even trying anymore. And we still have one Mike Trout retiring in 2042. And which one is it? It is the Yankees all the way through. Wow. 613 home runs. He'll make it. Mike Trout and Gleyber Torres. Okay. You're 9 in the Hall of Fame now. Once again, no Mike Trouts retire from teams. Two Mike Trouts retire. We got Padres and Mets Mike Trout. And we got the Marlins Mike Trout. So you have 2 in 2043. And I imagine both of them will go to the Hall. Yep. Both going to the Hall of Fame. One got up to 696. There's 11 now in the Hall of Fame. Okay, and we're going into the 2044 offseason here, man. Nobody retiring from a team once again. One retires in 2044. Okay. But was he good? This is Oakland one. Yes, dude. 658. Okay. 658. He's making it for sure. Whew. That is a 12 in the Hall of Fame. All right. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm wearing a different shirt. It's a different day. This video took me a long time to do, and we're not even done with it. We do have, though, we have 23 Mike Trouts who've already retired up till this point in 2045. One of them, of course, being the OG original Mike Trout. And we also have 12 of them who've made the Hall of Fame. And any of the ones who are retiring now should be making the Hall of Fame. There's really no reason for them not to. And we got 2 Mike Trouts retiring this year. Okay. Let's take a look at him. 634 home runs, a career 293 hitter, and a 148.9 WAR. This is the Braves Mike Trout, who replaced Ronald Acuna Jr. And we also have 674 home runs, 307 average for... Ooh, this is our Mike Trout. No, this is the one that started on the Blue Jays, got traded to us, and then went to the Nationals. 674 home runs, a career. So these guys are both making it to the Hall of Fame. And we have 2 making it to the Hall of Fame. So that is now 14, I believe 14 of 25. No, 15 of 25, I think. All right, so 2046 retirements here. I feel we'll probably see at least one more Mike Trout this year. No Mike Trouts this year. Okay, in I think like 2047 here, the Angels win the World Series. Just a team we're just simulating as at this point. But we finally won a World Series. It only took till 2047. Even with 2 Mike Trouts, I think we never won it. Okay, 2047 retirements here. And we have 3 Mike Trouts this year. Okay, so we got 706 home run, 304 average Mike Trout here, who I think played, almost entirely for the Giants. His career WAR is also 176. And we have 512 home runs, 304 average. And we have 701 home runs. So this guy played for the Cubs his entire career. And this other one played for the Dodgers. Okay. So we had 3. And I'm guessing all 3 are going to make it to the Hall of Fame. Okay. So yeah, they all 3 make it to the Hall of Fame. I mean, these guys are incredible. So we now have 17 in the Hall of Fame. We made it back to the World Series in 2048 here, but we got beat by the Cardinals. And 2048 retirements here. We have one Mike Trout here in 2048. And he last played in 2041 for Baltimore. Before that, he played in Cincinnati. And he finished with 496 home runs, a 303 average. 120 WAR. And will we have another Hall of Famer on our hands? I have to think so, with him having a bunch of home runs. Yeah, with almost 500 home runs. Yep. There it is. So that is 18 in the Hall of Fame now. And in 2049, we have no Mike Trouts retire. Yes, I think we have 0 Mike Trouts left in the league and anywhere. Because they can't be in single A, I don't think. Yeah, the lowest it goes is double A. So I think they must have all retired. Wish we could look at the retired ones, but I don't think we can. So in total, I saw for sure 28 of them retire, and I guess probably, I want to say 2 of them probably just retired before we really started paying attention to it, because I really only started paying attention to it when the OG already in the game, Mike Trout, retired, and he got into the Hall of Fame. That's when I really started paying attention to it, because I figured the other ones wouldn't retire before it. But it turns out we just missed 2 along the way. But of 30 Mike Trouts, we had 18 make it to the Hall of Fame, including the OG Mike Trout. I mean, that's pretty good. That's over half of them, and I can guarantee there are probably 2 of them at least who ended their career early due to injury. And yeah, I mean, that's amazing, honestly. It took a lot longer than I expected to. I guess the last one did retire in 2048, so that's a playing time of 28 years. And granted, that's not all 28 years. But still, we didn't have anybody break any records or anything that I know of. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. It was kind of a grind to make just because simulating does go kind of slow. But it was pretty entertaining to make just to see how everything turned out. It didn't seem like too much was impacted for like the first couple of seasons team-wise. But yeah, we saw a lot of Mike Trouts do a lot of amazing things, and they really did run the league for a long time.